Okay, yes, we're about kicking off a little bit early today. It's time for Be All You Can Be right here on the Beat 99.9 FM, and today's package is special, unique. Something different is going to be happening on the program today. We're going to try to help to improve the situation of things in the country. I'll just leave it at that. I'll let Lanre explain more about it.
Wow, today is going to be very, very interesting. Guess what? All our listeners are our guests today. How about that? Today we're talking about, who's a leader of honor. And especially as we're moving into 2015 and the elections, what we want to clarify today is we don't want to take any position with any party, but we want to stand on the side of truth and ask ourselves, who is an honorable leader? And who is an honorable citizen? What are the criteria that we need to set for ourselves as we begin to think about who we're going to vote for? Now, we know we have two dominant parties, APC and PDP. And, it's critical, especially in each state that you're living in, that you elect and select the right man of honor to become governor. And most especially, the ticket that is making a lot of waves on the airwaves, TV waves, and social media waves is the presidential ticket. Is it going to be Buhari or is it going to be Jonathan? Well, you know what? What we're saying is we don't want you to vote out of sentimental reasons. We don't want you to vote on tribal lines. We want you to vote, put the man of honor in office. So we want to hear from you. The lines to call in is 081-026-50209, and the lines are open from right now. You are the special guest today, and we know that we're going to get calls from APC, we're going to get calls from PDP, and also the other parties. We're also going to get calls from some of the candidates and some of their followers and supporters. So, Chris, I'm going to flag off with you. Who is a man of honor? Who do you think that should be that man in that office of responsibility? Who is that honorable leader?
I'm going to start by saying first, a man of integrity and a man of honor will not base his judgment on tribe. That's one. Okay, he definitely won't base his judgment on tribe. He will not base his judgment on religion. No, not like discriminate against people who practice other religions. No, and he will not base his judgment on tradition, or should I say, as it's popularly known, put right here in Nigeria, man-no-man syndrome, where you make things happen for people who are connected to you, and a man who probably has a plan. Yeah, because you should have a plan. If you plan on, if you wish to lead people, then you should have a plan for the people. What way to guide them, how to guide them, and what you plan on improving upon in their lives. Yes, and not just on your own personal life. I think a lot of people focus on their lives. Try to improve themselves, improve their bank accounts. That's part of it. So yeah, you should have a plan on how to improve on the nation in general. That's basically what I think. And we're gonna be receiving a whole lot of calls from some candidates, some political candidates will be getting across to us. That's a definite. And you can also get across to us and be part of this discussion. If you have a couple of questions you want to throw out to a couple of candidates, feel free to do that, but keep it clean and tidy. Yeah, be objective. Don't just criticize and drop false allegations, because that's not what we are all about right here. Yeah. Back to you, Lanre.
Yeah, I believe that the leader of honor is a leader that is deserving of honor. He's a leader that has the character traits of honor. He's the man that can attract and sustain honor. He's a man that honors God, and a man that men honor. He's a man that the works of his hands are celebrated. Everything that he does, people believe, bring him honor. He's a man that honors other people. He's a man that is valuable. He's a man that is highly esteemed. He's a man of dignity. He's a man of pride. He's a man that is precious. He's a man that makes God proud. is a man that directly and indirectly in his words and his deed gives glory and honor unto God. He's a man that has a unique niche. He's a man that is a natural leader. He's a man that has overcome all the pitfalls of what foolish men do. And, you know, he has overcome the enemies of honor. He's a man that is highly esteemed. He's a man that has a very high honor quotient. He's a man that places good value on himself. He's a man, you know, that has a good number of genuine, committed, and loyal followers that are able to tell him the truth. And this leader of honor is one that can listen to and accept truth. And, you know, he shapes his life around the truth that he hears. A leader of honor is a man that, you know, has, you know, and knows what is true to him. But in spite of that, he doesn't take sides. Like Chris said, you know, it's not about politics. It's not about, you know, tradition. It's not about what part of the country you're from. A leader of honor is a true Nigerian, you know, and that's my own perspective. I believe you've got a caller. Hello, this is Be All You Can Be with the Catalyst.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who is calling and where are you calling from?
My name is Christian. I'm calling from Ojoro.
Ojo? Okay.
Ojoro in Ikorodu.
Ojoro in Ikorodu. Fantastic. So, who is a leader of honor?
For me, I think leader of honor is a person who is selfless in heart. You know, he hears something that the masses want, and he does it, and he shows those who will follow him that the people he shows in the office must be people who are obedient to him, they are loyal to him. Whenever he tells them do this, they should be able to do it without any discomfort in their hearts. Do you understand?
Oh, I fully understand. Now, I will presume that, you know, since you're calling from Ikorodu, you also live in Ikorodu and you live in Lagos State. So,
yes.
You know, we know all the candidates. Who is your own chosen man of honor or the leader of honor that you're going to vote for in Lagos?
And why? Don't forget to add why.
I think I would still like to follow the footsteps of the APC in Lagos.
Okay.
Based on what they've done, you know, seeing what they've done concerning the road, you know, the APC have done a great job concerning the road.
So you're voting along party lines. You're not voting for that leader of honor.
No, I'm voting for that, the honor, because they've done what a citizen should expect. You know, the Lagos road in the years by, you know, it's different now.
Okay.
There's an area in Lagos, you know, then you come in and you'll be harassed.
Wow. Okay, so you're voting for Ambode APC for Lagos because you believe that APC have been honorable in their promises over the last couple of years, and they have they are selfless. They've provided for the needs of the masses. That's for the governorship. Who are you going to vote for? Who do you think is your man of honor in terms of president?
I think I'll vote for Jonathan.
Ah, wow.
Wow, you're switching parties, huh?
Yes, because, you know, Jonathan promised electricity, and where I stay now, I think the electricity has improved.
Wow.
You know, I give them 10 over 10.
What, in electricity?
Yeah.
You give them 10 over 10?
Wow, you do know what 10 over 10 means, right? That's 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I know what I mean.
Wow. So what you're saying is, in terms of Lagos State is meeting the needs of the masses, roads and all of that. In terms of federal, you're saying that Jonathan is done well. All the past presidents have promised NEPA, but to you is the only one that has seemed to have delivered, and you give him 10 over 10.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you very much for calling in. It's Be All You Can Be with a Catalyst, and that was very, very interesting. This caller is not voting along party lines for the governorship. He believes that APC is doing very well in Lagos State, meeting the needs of the masses, and in federal he's going to vote for Good Luck Jonathan because he believes that, they've moved in the right direction in terms of electricity. This is Be All You Can Be with a Catalyst. My name is Lanre Olusola. Who's on the line?
My name is Tola.
Tola, yes. Who is a leader of honor?
The leader of honor is someone you trust, someone that they and do, someone that doesn't have to be godfather or someone you look for.
Okay.
Yes, I think the leader of honor to me is someone that can deliver on promises.
Yes. Wow, fantastic. So I'll presume that you're going to vote, and where do you live?
I stay around Lekki.
You stay in Lekki. Okay, so if you're going to choose your leader of honor in Lagos State, who are you going to vote for in 2015?
I'll try to present the real.
You would do who?
Jimi Agbaje.
JK.
Okay,
Wow.
Heading to PDP.
Wow, so you're going to vote for PDP in Lagos State. What about federal? Who are you going to vote for presidency?
I'll do Jonathan as well because I trust him.
Wow, you do Jonathan?
You trust his leadership. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much for calling. This is Be All You Can Be. This is getting really, really interesting.
Oh yes, very, very interesting. We have for Lagos right now. We have people voting for the different parties. We're kind of like having a poll right here on air and trying to assess the expectations of the masses, what kind of leader they want, what they expect from their leaders, and the assessment. Some of them are like are gonna like cast their votes based on what they've seen, and a lot of people, I think, seem to be like looking at the parties instead of the individuals, which is pretty okay, I guess, if you align yourself with that ideology.
My name is Johansson.
Hello, your name is?
Johansson.
Okay, where are you calling from?
I'm calling with Jubilee.
Okay, fantastic. So, who's your leader of honor in the state that you're in, and who's your leader of honor for federal?
I want to basically this is for change, and I think I'm something that's not the word to bring. I look at PDP and Jimi Agbaje. I compare them together, and I see Jimi Agbaje as the change you need in Lagos. And when I go to the border I went to Nigeria. You saw that from ocean to the fighters to go to battle. To be on the expenditure really. To be like that bridge, the railway that in Nigeria have created the last 1.5 years. It's progress and it is for Nigeria. You cannot afford to put that on like never. We need to see what good luck is doing and say this is good luck and we should continue good luck.
All right, so just slow down and calm down a bit. I know we're excited. I know that a lot of us are passionate about this. So just slowly so that people can follow you.
And our revenue is changed. That's the question. Has power improved? That's the question. And our roads improved? That's the question. And agriculture improved? That's the question. And our airports improved? That's the question. And our dams improved? That's the question. Everybody was asked.
All right, so who are you going to vote for Lagos State and for federal, for presidency?
This is what back there. I went to for the last time. What this is Jimi Agbaje this time around. And I want to go to good luck because that good luck is for Nigeria. And also the good luck because good luck is right. And with the good luck because good luck is good luck to Nigeria. despite the machinations of those who are in this country, this country has gone from strength to strength. People are not to be there. He has ensured that the country has received remarkable transformation. He has broken a deal of fresh air on roads.
Wow.
He has put a good deal of fresh air on our road, like from high-speed trains from Abuja to Kaduna to high-speed trains from the big magnet to Port Harcourt to Makurdi. This is remarkable transformation. This is a breath of fresh air.
Wow.
Okay, very emotional caller right there. Wow. Okay, okay, that's definitely a PDP, a supporter right there for you. Jimi Agbaje right here in Lagos, and good luck, Jonathan, for the presidential.
Hello, this is Bill. You can be with the Catalyst. Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Well, my name is Mr. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Sorry, your name is who again?
Mr. M-I-S-A-N.
Okay, Misan, and where are you calling from?
Calling from Ikeja.
Ikeja, fantastic. So, who is a leader of honor, and who is your candidate of honor for Lagos State? I believe you are calling from Lagos State, and you are going to vote in Lagos State. And who's your leader of honor for federal for presidency?
Yeah, for Lagos State, I will go for Jimi Agbaje.
Wow. And for federal?
Good luck, Jonathan.
Wow. And what is the criteria? What are you using to choose them as your candidate of honor?
Yeah, for Lagos State, Mashallah only did major roads, he didn't do the inner roads. Only did the major roads, some projects. So all the inner roads, nothing done. And APC has been there for 16 years. Nothing is happening in inner roads.
Wow, wow, okay.
The presidency, Jonathan has promised life, and life is working.
Wow. In Ikeja?
It's working.
In Ikeja?
Yeah, it's working, yeah. Nigeria is working.
Where do you stay?
Oba.
At Ogba, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's working well on the mainland.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in. Do have yourself a wonderful weekend. Yes, we're still taking calls, from the masses, basically, the audience. You guys are the ones with the mandate. You have the power to choose who you want to put there. So, make your voices heard, okay? But just be civil about it. Oh, I got a message right here on Facebook, Emmanuel. And mine, you said fair election under these settings filled with political robbers. Wow. Okay, I'm not too sure what you mean by that one. Uguba said, what strategy do the government have? Do they want to use and achieve fair elections? I think that's a pretty good question right there. The strategy that the government plans on using.
Hello. Hello, good morning. This is Bill. You can be with the Catalyst. Who's on the line? Oh, wow. Good morning, sir. How are you today? And, we're talking about honorable leaders. What makes an honorable leader? And why should people vote for you as an honorable leader? What are the things that you promise that you're going to deliver for them in Lagos State? And, how are we going to hold you accountable to those your promises?
Very clear that whatever you can deliver, you make promises on, and you don't promise what you can't deliver. We're coming from a background where you're very clear. We're looking at Lagos. We believe that there are basic things that must happen in the global mega city. We must get our education right. A situation where majority of our youths not pass the O levels cannot be acceptable in a global mega city state. A situation where the health situation is not good. A situation where we need to improve our transport system. We need to provide jobs for our young ones. These are important factors in the global mega city state.
Okay, fantastic. And what is it that you're going to put in place so that you can be accountable? Because I personally believe that a leader of honor is a leader that is accountable to the people that put him there. What are the measures that
I think accountability comes first with setting objectives. So you must have targets. You must be able to tell the people this is what you're going to do, and they'll hold you accountable to it. So if I say that, today there are more people, more children that are failing school cert. Today we have less than 50% who are getting 5 credits in Lagos State. And I am telling people that when we get there, that percentage in the first instance is going to increase to 65. Then I can be held accountable to 65% in the first instance. And so if I'm not hitting 65, then the people know that I am not doing well.
Wow.
These are some of the issues that come into play.
Wow,
So if I say that I'm going to provide health for the citizens, for the vulnerable, then again I can be held accountable by telling them that I'm not just going to say free health, but this is what I mean by free health. And these are some of the ways that you are held accountable to your promises.
Wow, I like the way that you've put it intelligently. You are saying that you're going to be very clear about what you promise to deliver, and when
have set targets.
Yes, you're going to have key performance indicators. Yes, fantastic. And those people are, and you're going to set timelines for all of these deliverables that you're promising.
Yes, definitely. We're going to work together. We're going to be briefing the people on progress on what we're doing. We're good because we need their buy-in. They have to understand what we're doing, so that even when you're short of that target, they can understand why you haven't, met those targets.
Wow. Okay, so there's the Be All You Can Be hashtag is and on radio in the last 6 months has reached 38.5 million impressions. We've touched 2.5 million people on social media. 1 million youth listen to this program every Saturday. So you've got that entire audience listening to you now. What do you have to say to them?
Well, it's to tell them that, democracy is a process, but that they have a role to play. That governance in Lagos, in our country, they are the majority and they're the most affected. And being the most affected, they must be involved in this process. They must decide that they are going to participate. They're going to come out on election day and vote. They're not just going to be running on the social media, but they're going to put their foot on the ground and come out and vote. It is important that they vote.
Fantastic. And on the last note, at the presidential level, there's a lot of smear campaigns going on, and different people saying different things at different times. What are you going to say as a representative of Goodluck Jonathan? Why should people vote for him? What has he done in the last couple of years that he's been in office? And why should people trust him? Why should he be the one that is selected and elected as the leader of honor and not General Buhari?
Well, let's put it like this. In the first place, we should encourage our leaders, we should encourage our politicians to vote on issues rather than smear campaigns. Now, in terms of performance for President Jonathan, I am one of those that believe that his achievements have been underreported. I believe that that side of him has not been managed well. Let us even start from the issue of democracy. Jonathan can be proud to say that under his watch, people can speak freely. I don't know any president that is abused easily and without any backlash the way he is. So there's free speech, there's freedom of information. A lot of these other people that accuse him have not even put freedom of information in their various state legislatures. You have a Jonathan who, yes, we need power. Power is key in our country. Again, whatever you may say, we're still a long way to get the kind of power we want. But he's taken the bold decision to privatize power. And therefore, it can only get better. We can no longer run power the way it was run before. So that he has been able to privatize the generation, the distribution of power, means that over the next 3 to 5 years, we shall see an improvement, because those that have put their money in it intend to make a success of it. So this is something that we can talk about. We can talk about our food bills. Don't forget that we're importing nearly all the food we consumed. We have an economy today with the oil price falling that is going to go through very tough times. Now, but we have confidence that we will at least be able to feed ourselves, because under Jonathan's watch, we've been able to reduce our food imports by some 40% plus.
Wow.
Now, that is an achievement that you cannot take away. We have a system where we're complaining about our road network. Now, the road network, we can't build enough roads fast enough for the kind of population we have. And that means we have to put our rail system in place. Now, the rail system was completely grounded. It is coming back to life so that we'll begin to move goods and services by rail. These are some of the achievements that we cannot take away. And people must accept or realize that the president is the president of a federal republic. And that means that there are restrictions to what he can do as the head of the federal government. The states, the local governments have responsibility to perform. He's president of 36 states in the federal capital territory. So the president cannot touch everybody. That is the job of the states and the local governments.
Wow, wow. Thank you very much. And you know, from what you have said, you know, I'm beginning to reason with you. You're reasoning with me. You are articulating, you know, your points succinctly and intelligently. You know, which means that, you know, people need to be given the opportunity to listen to the candidates. So if we throw a challenge to you and say we would like to invite you and the Lagos State candidate Ambode into the studio in one of our programs before the elections for both of you to sit in the studio with us and talk about the things that you know you're going to do and when you're going to deliver it and how we can hold you accountable. Will you be willing to do that?
Yeah, that's part of the process. We must. I mean, the whole idea is that we must sell our programs. Now, how we do it now will differ. Debates are not necessarily the only way to do this. The idea is to bring in the candidates to speak their minds. There will be debates already. We have had 2 debates, but then you don't want to overkill the issue of debates. And the idea is to bring the candidates in to have enough time to be able to, you know, find out exactly what they have to offer.
All right, fantastic. I think we'll take that advice and we'll weigh both options. Discuss amongst the candidates, and we will have the candidates alone, you know, have enough time to discuss with us. We want to thank you very much for calling Be All You Can Be, and we wish you the very best in your aspiration to become the governor of Lagos State. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Thank you, sir.
Bye
bye. We just had the governorship candidate for PDP, fondly called J.K. Collin, and he spoke so eloquently about what his plans are.
Okay, we're back on air. It's Be All You Can Be right here on the Beat 99.9 FM with the catalyst Lanre Olusola, and we're talking about a man of honor. How about a leader of honor? Okay, a man of honor. Yeah, a normal guy on the streets. All of us, we can be men of honor. But when you have a man of honor as a leader, that is a big change, a big difference. Yeah.
And you know, we just want to make this clear that the lines are open. We contacted both you know, parties, APC, PDP, and we shared with them that the lines are going to be open. We just hope that the APC candidates and the followers are able to still get through.
Well, we just got a retweet right here from Jimi Agbaje's Twitter handle. Balogun Abiodun says everyone must come out and vote. Also got a message right here from Onye Ubana too, and he said you're listening to Jimi Agbaje right here on the Beat 99.9 FM. And he also added that the reason a lot of us voted for Fashola is what I see in this man in multiple.
You know, we are going to stay neutral. We're going to stay on the side of honor. We're going to stay on the side of you know, nationalism. We're going to stay on the side of true federalism, and we're going to stay on the side of, you know, peace. We believe that Nigeria is our country, and it's our responsibility as citizens to elect and select, you know, our leaders. Democracy is called the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and the people that we elect and select are supposed to be servants to us, true servants, and not people that pay lip service to service. So it's Be All You Can Be. My name is Lanre Olusola. Thank you for calling in. It's all been about you. You have been a special guest today. I've particularly enjoyed this. It's exciting to know that Nigeria is evolving into a real democratic state where it's still early days. We're evolving, we're growing, and we're not going to be perfect yet. You know, and so we would like to, ask everyone to patiently just, go into this. Everyone has the fundamental human right to go and vote, and we would like to, encourage everyone to, register, everyone to get their PVCs, and everyone to position to vote. But don't vote along traditional lines. Don't vote. Don't be swayed by a lot of smear campaigns. Look at ideals, look at honor, look at dignity, look at integrity, and let's demand, from our leaders that we want accountability.